poem. What shall I do?
What will you do? Is this a question? Show that you know the poem and remind them what a poem it is. Well, you know what you must do. Go. Confront the problem. Fight. Win. And call me when you get back, darling. I enjoy our visits.
Welcome to the Poetry Dojo,
where we learn to know our poems.
and learn to wield them to fight and win.
Today we are considering A Sea Song by Allan Cunningham.
Allan Cunningham was born in 1784 and lived until 1842. His father was a neighbor of Robert Burns, the Scottish poet deluxe.
The Scottish poet.
The Scottish poet. However, Allan Cunningham was a Scottish poet. And he wrote a number of poems that were normally describing stuff around Scotland, but the one we're considering today has more to do with the sailing ships of England and Scotland.
Yeah, you can tell this is not Burns because he speaks fondly of England.
Yes, which I enjoy. A Sea Song by Allan Cunningham. A wet sheet and a flowing sea, a wind that follows fast and fills the white and rustling sail and bends the gallant mast. And bends the gallant mast, my boys, while like the eagle free away the good ship flies and leaves old England on the lee. Oh, for a soft and gentle wind, I heard a fair one cry. But give to me the snoring breeze and white waves heaving high, and white waves heaving high, my lads, the good ship tight and free. The world of waters is our home, and merry men are we. There's tempest in yon horned moon, and lightning in yon cloud. But hark the music, mariners! The wind is piping loud. The wind is piping loud, my boys. The lightning flashes free. While the hollow oak our palace is, our heritage the sea. A Sea Song by Allan Cunningham. Ships' hulls, the sailing ships, particularly of the 17th and 18th century, were made of the heart of oak, the oak trees of England, which at one time it was said that a squirrel could travel from Land's End to whatever the northernmost point of Scotland is. I'm sure they knew it, without touching the ground. But during those 2 centuries, particularly, England so harvested her oak trees to build a fleet, for it was said that it took a forest to make a ship, that they largely consumed their oak forests. Nevertheless, their ships were the heart of oak that defended their kingdom.
It's a rich image drawing on Robin Hood. His merry men and he were said to take shelter under the oaks of Sherwood Forest. And also King Charles II, during the English Civil Wars, took refuge in a hollow oak tree.
Did he now?
He did. So the oak it's a big picture in England. It's very important for a variety of reasons.
If that's the case, I bet they named a pub or two.
Oh, yeah. It's the third most popular pub name in England.
Okay. A wet sheet and a flowing sea. Sheet, you would think, is a sail. It's not. It's actually a line, not a rope. The only rope on a ship is that which holds the anchor. But the lines that pull on sails, do specific work upon the sails, are called sheets. And so a wet sheet and a flowing sea, a wind that follows fast and fills the white and rustling sail and bends the gallant mast. Beyond that, I don't think there's any particular ship jargon that is unfamiliar to our ear. The lee is the direction away from the wind. Windward was the direction the wind was coming from. Leeward was the direction the wind was going to.
So if you're on the lee side of something, you're on the sheltered side.
You're on the sheltered side. It's a fun poem.
Mm-hmm.
Enjoy it, and you can win.
Perhaps we should give a nod to Coleridge's Aeolian Harp in Romantic poetry, which this falls in Victorian, which is slightly post-romantic. But this concept of wind coming from nature, with the human creative impulse being something that's kind of mystical and outside of ourselves. So the idea of the wind piping and the music being in nature is man's getting in touch with nature. This is a nod towards that romantic idea.
It's also a rollicking poem. When it talks about a wind bending the gallant mast, that is not a light wind. And so he calls for the wind that bends the gallant mast, white waves heaving high, the wind is piping loud. It very much is from a sailor's perspective, it is the exciting, most rousing moments of sail, because that is when you are pulling the most speed out of your ship that you can. And she is straining in the race. He asks for a good ship, tight and free. A tight ship is one that under the working of storms would leak less. And so it is free in that it can sail fast, most likely, meaning that it does not have weeds and other things growing from its hull to slow it down. So it is tight against the storm and fast upon the waves. This is sailing enjoyed, sailing as a national calling and characteristic and right, and a right, R-I-T-E, as it were, unto itself.
Thank you for tuning in. This has been a Diecast Media Group production. Please recommend us to friends, family, relations, but not your competitors. Feel free to email us with any questions at poetrydojo@diecastmediagroup.com. Tune in next time for another exciting episode and another fine poem.